YouTube, what is up? It's your boy Knowledge here from Gamers Little Playground, and today I'm going to talk about Star Wars Battlefront. The beta is out. It's been out since the 8th, I think, as a open beta, and maybe the 6th as a closed beta. I got it a little bit early. I was playing it on the PS4. So yeah, I just wanted to give a quick thoughts and impressions. I've been seeing a lot of people criticizing the game, and you know, a lot of the criticisms are valid, but just overall, I've enjoyed it. Like, I don't know about anybody else, but I really had a lot of fun playing it. I thought it was really easy just to pick up and have fun with. But I guess I gotta preface it by saying that I'm coming from a casual perspective, because I didn't really play Battlefront 1 or 2 that much, you know, and I know a lot of people like live and die by those two games, playing it, you know, multiplayer and stuff like that. So I gotta say that like I don't have any expectations or preconceived notions about what a Battlefront game should be. This is just a new game, and I think the number one thing that's in favor of Battlefront is, first of all, for any Star Wars fans, the visuals and the sound effects are absolutely amazing and top notch. Like, you can't really mess that up, because all those visuals and sound effects have been there for the past 30 years, and all they really got to do is just transfer those over, and they do a great job making you feel like you're in a Star Wars universe. And this is where the game really shines, because if you're somewhat of a Star Wars fan, like you can't help but just be sucked in by this nostalgia, by this feeling. This, like, it's bone chilling at some moments, bone chilling how dead on accurate all the models of, like, the guns and the TIE fighters and the X-Wings and everything just looks exactly how you would imagine it in a movie. The sound effects, like I said, it's just that level of presentation is beautiful to watch, and that's where the beta really shines, and that's where the game, I think, is going to shine. It is a lot of fanfare, I think, and they're betting on the fact that Star Wars fans are gonna buy this in droves, and I think they will, and I think for the most part people will enjoy it, because more people, the majority of people, are gonna be casual gamers and not hardcore gamers. I do have some criticisms about the game, but before we get to that, let's talk about the 3 different things you get to do in the beta. So there's the survival mode, which is your standard firefight, survival, horde type mode. It's not the complete thing. You only get to do 1 map. It's only 6 waves you do. You only get to play it on medium difficulty, so it's what you expect. Hordes of soldiers and ATSTs come at you, and that's about it. And it's easy, and it's fun. It's a good way to introduce yourself to the mechanics of the game, and you know, but like, there's nothing much there, especially since you can't finish, you can't see how hard it gets and all that, and you don't have any more maps to reference. The second mode is Drop Zone, which Drop Zone is just a pod drops. One side is the Empire, the Imperial Guard, and then the other side is the Rebels. And then, like, a pod drops, and you're supposed to capture it and then defend it for like 20-30 seconds. And if you defend it for that amount of time, then you get a point. And I think it goes up to 5, if I'm not mistaken. It might be a timer. I'm not really sure. I think it's just up to 5. To be honest, most people just play like team deathmatch. When I was playing it, not a lot of people were playing objective oriented. But the main crux of the beta is Walker Assault, which is the Battle of Hoth. So you're either the Empire or you're the Rebels. And what it is the AT-ATs, the huge walkers, are trying to get to the end of the map and then destroy the power generators, just like they do in the movie. If you're the Rebels, you have to stop the AT-ATs, and that's the whole objective. Of course, it's really hard to take them down, and it takes a lot of team coordination or some really good players. And then if you're on the Empire side, you're just supposed to protect them. And there'll be random drops around the map where you can pick up all these different power-ups, like, you know, proximity mines or rocket launchers and X-Wings and A-Wings and all these different power-ups that you can use to fight against the Empire. And of course, there's the heroes, which are also randomly dropped. If you're on the Empire side, you get Darth Vader, and you're on the Rebel side, you get Luke Skywalker, and they're fucking super OP, and they're amazing to see, and they're really fun to play with. So a lot of the criticism that has been coming out has been about this particular mode in general. Now this mode is 20 on 20, whereas Drop Zone is 8 on 8. So this is the mode that most people are playing, and people are criticizing it because it's overpowered to be on the Empire side. Like, it's favored for the Empire because almost 99% of the games I played, only one time did the Rebels win. And I think it is overpowered slightly for the Empire, but it's hard to tell because the honest truth, at least on the PS4 and the Xbox, I don't know how it is on the PC. Most people are just playing like team deathmatch. They're not playing the objective. They're not trying to take down the AT-ATs, and they might not even know how to do it. You know, maybe people are still figuring it out. Like, for the most part, you're gonna have to do it with the vehicles, and so people who pick up the random drops with the vehicles are gonna have to be really good with them or know what the hell they're doing. So that's the main criticism that I've heard, that is just stupid. You know, like, it's stupid that it's overpowered. Some people argue that the Empire should be overpowered because it makes it more like the movie, but you know, I disagree with that. I think that because it's a multiplayer game, it has to be balanced. It makes no sense to make it unbalanced. But like I said, it's just really hard to gauge that right now because people don't play the objective. They just play it like it's team deathmatch. And I'm guilty of that too. I mean, it's just so much fun to pick up the weapon and shoot. And you know, and it's hard to coordinate between 20 people, like, and people you don't know. So you just kind of go out there and just have fun and kill people. So I think that mode can be readjusted, and it seems like that's going to be a big mode for the game because it just really highlights the best things of the game, where you have such epic, tense, like intense action, and you have vehicles and you have ground fighters. So I think that's one of their main focuses. So they can just rebalance it. All they have to do is give maybe some more power-ups to the Rebels. If it really is unbalanced, that's all they would have to do, in my opinion. So those are the 3 things you can do on the beta. It's not much. You can rank up to 5, and then after that you unlock a couple guns, you unlock a couple of star cards, and by the way, the star cards are just some kind of perks that you get. Like, you can get a sniper, and you can get a jetpack or an ion shot for your gun, and those things just recharge on their own. You'll notice them on the bottom right. There's 3 different ones, and you can use them, and then it recharges and you can use it again. Criticisms. Okay, criticisms of the game. I think one thing, the spawns are messed up right now. Like, I've literally spawned behind somebody. People have spawned right behind me. Sometimes you spawn into a spawn trap where you're just being mowed down by AT-STs, or people are just have their sights on you as soon as you spawn. That can always be fixed, of course. And especially on the Walker Assault on the Hoth map, I think it'll be really hard for them to do initially because there's such long lines of sight. Like, it's such a long range map that it's hard to spawn you away from harm. I guess they could just spawn you in the base, which would be the best answer, but then you can probably get spawn trapped in there too. Other criticisms is that nothing's really customizable right now. You get your start cards, but the guns, as far as I can tell, you can't customize. I don't know if it's going to be different from the main game, but in the beta, you have what you have, and that's about it. I don't like that there's any loadouts. Like, you just have to choose, you know, create your setup before the game starts, and then you're stuck with that. You can't change anything. There's no stock loadouts, or there's no custom loadouts. And again, I don't know if that's going to be in the final game, but I doubt it will. I think that something like that would be in the game already. I also don't think there's enough gun variety. I don't know if it's just the 4 guns that you get. The last one feels a little bit different, but the first 3 guns feel exactly the same, just they shoot at a different rate. But for the most part, those are my criticisms of the game. I mean, you can't really judge the whole thing yet because you don't know what the other game modes will be like. But it is really hard to judge. The one thing I can say is that to me, it doesn't seem like it can be a $60 game, because especially after you play it and you get a feel of that visual and sound presentation, like, you're just aching to have a campaign. This is perfect for a campaign, and it makes no sense that it doesn't have it. And there's only going to be 12 maps on launch, so like, I think people will buy it for $60, but are you getting that type of value? I think it's missing something. But fun wise, it's fun. I think it's fun. If you're any sort of a Star Wars fan, you'll have at least a little bit of fun just enjoying the atmosphere of it. But yeah, I want to hear your guys' criticisms. I know a lot of people have hated the beta and have hated the game. And if you haven't played it yet, I think the beta ends on October 12th. It's free on PC, PS4, and Xbox One, so you might as well give it a try before you have to think about buying it. You might as well try it now. So yeah, download it and let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Let me know if you guys like the beta or hate the beta, and give me some thoughts on what you think they can do to make the game better. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.